Okay, in the last episode, I talked to you about how to be very strategic, right? About successive planting, how you plant things every couple of weeks. Now I want to talk to you about the opposite. What makes a good gardener is strategic planning. Listen to me, I sound like a consultant. But also, well, I guess I am a consultant, in fact, in my day job. But also, the exact opposite applies, which is being very flexible and very innovative. Now, this set of beans back here, this morass of climbing pole beans, I planted these very strategically, actually. But I went to Uganda, as some of you may know, and I spent a month there. While I was there, things got out of control. What I mean by that is a lot of the beans started to wrap around each other. And when they were climbing, it ended up becoming these big clumps in here, and it was impossible to harvest the beans effectively. And some of them that were growing in curves because they couldn't squeeze their way through all of the vines. So here's what I did. These strings were not here before. It was just this long trellis over here. So I had to go ahead. I put a pole in here in the garden, and I attached some strings to it from various areas where the clumping was taking part. And if you come on in a little bit closer, that's great. So what you'll see here is that I have started to take control back of the garden, take control back from the beans, and I am now training these beans along these strings. By doing that, I'm making it possible for the fruit for these beans, and if you take a look right here, you're going to see the fruit is hanging. And what you'll end up with are nice straight beans, which might matter to you. But more importantly, you'll see the beans so you know that you can pick them. If you have things in a big morass, it's hard sometimes to see between those leaves. So you're much better able to get beans that are easy to pick. This central area of growing beans, this initial teepee-like trellis, has proliferated out in a whole bunch of different ways. Now, this is space I have created without needing any additional dirt. It's space up high. And that's critical, is really thinking about how can you control your garden and increase your yield. I did not plan to do this. I was in Uganda, things got out of control. And so I had to kind of do this as opposed to training just along the teepees. I want to show you another little problem I have with beans, particularly pole beans, is as you start to see them grow, the number of leaves that proliferate is remarkable. Come on over here, let me show you what I mean. If you take a look in here, it's just a sea of green. Now the problem with this is that you can't see the beans that are growing, and so it's very hard to actually know where to pick. So I will often take large leaves and pull them off and compost them. Now I know the more leaves that are here, the more sun is collected, and the more the plants will grow. But as you can see, we're not really having a problem with plant growth here. So don't be scared to actually kind of control your plants like I showed you in the last episode. Don't be scared to pull up plants, but also don't be scared to pull some leaves off. You're not going to kill the plant. Get in there and take control. So come on down here, and as you can see, I've got a cucumber plant here, and here's just a delicious, sweet little cute baby. Now there's a cucumber tucked in here. Oh, it actually probably should have come out yesterday, but I didn't see it. Now this actually is still going to be good size and very good eats. But there are many a cucumber that I have found in this garden that ended up way too big and not very tasty. So don't be scared to take control in your garden. If you got to take leaves off so you can see those beans or those cucumbers, rip the leaves off. If you have to pull plants up because they're not yielding anymore for you and you want to sneak in another patch of spinach or some more beets, just go ahead and do it. All right, happy gardening. Ciao for now.